beautiful out. I thought it was going to be stormy this morning, but it's very lovely right now. Welcome to Talk of the Town here on WDBX 91.1 Community Radio for Carbondale and the World. I'm your host, Eva Fisher. I've got some awesome guests with me today, but before I introduce you to them, I'm going to give you a rundown on some other things going on in town. So, this past weekend kicked off the Freedom to Freedom Juneteenth celebration series. Very exciting. I'm so thrilled to just see so much programming happening around Juneteenth this year, not just on the day of, but throughout the month of June up until July 4th. So the Freedom to Freedom celebration series celebrates Juneteenth and July 4th. So, you know, this independence across the board. Very exciting. So yeah, this past weekend was the Mr. and Mrs. Juneteenth pageant at John A. Logan College. And then this week, some cool things coming up. On Friday, June 13th, is the Healing and Health Community Fair. This is going to be out at Addicts Park from 12 to 2 p.m. I know FoodWorks is going to be there, the mobile food market. They're going to be giving out some food. And yeah, just talking to people about healing and health and how that can be done through food and community, etc. All right, on Saturday, a couple cool things. There's going to be a Flag Day craft party over at the African American Museum of Southern Illinois, located in the University Mall. This is going to happen from 1 to 3. Yeah, so decorating flags, celebrating Juneteenth. I'm sure there'll be a little history lesson around the Juneteenth flag. And also on Saturday is the Threads to Freedom fashion show put on by Women for Change at the Irma Hayes Center. So this is going to, again, be educational, talking about that history of Juneteenth. And yeah, it's just going to be really interesting, really exciting. That's from 3:30 to 5 over at the Irma Hayes Center. There is a huge lineup of all of these events. So if you want to visit the City of Carbondale government Facebook page, we have that poster recently posted. There's also a Freedom to Freedom Facebook group going on so that you can find lots of details of all of these events, all of these amazing community sponsors and organizations. So check it out. This Thursday, really fun, big grand opening for a couple things. Addicts Park has a brand new playground set, so they're going to be hosting their grand opening starting at 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. And then right after that is the Pile Forks grand reopening. That was scheduled for this past weekend, but due to all of our rain, they decided, hey, we're just going to make this one big awesome shebang, because the Pile Forks Preserve is right there behind Addicts Park. So that Piles Fort grand reopening technically starts at 2:30 till 4:30. So yeah, head on over to Addicts Park on Thursday, June 12th. Check out the new playground equipment, and then check out the new amazing trails through the Piles Fort Preserve. Really proud of it, really good work. It's ADA accessible. So just really good stuff. Come play with your community. Another fun thing on Friday, June 13th is the Woodbox Gang album release show at the Varsity Center. This is the first album put out by the Woodbox Gang in 13 years, so how apropos for them to put it out on June 13th. Chicago Farmer is opening for the show, so visit the Varsity online to check out tickets, and yeah, be there. It's always a good time when Woodbox Gang plays. All right, speaking of music here in Southern Illinois, I get to introduce you to my guest for the day. Hello, Dena. Hello, Bethany. How are you two?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Awesome. Thank you. Wait a minute. Hello. Can you talk again there, Bethany?
Hello.
Yeah, okay, good deal. We're on.
Awesome.
Hi,
Glad to be here this morning.
Good morning, Eva. Thanks for having us today.
Hey, absolutely. But this soundboard gets me sometimes, but we're rocking and rolling. Hello. All right, so I have you two on. We're going to dive into talking about the Sunset Concert Series that kicks off this week. This is a beloved series. If you live in Carbondale, I'm sure you know about it, but it's just as exciting every single year. Do you want to tell me your roles within the city, within SIU, and within the Sunset Concert Committee?
Yeah, so my name is Bethany Peppers. I serve at SIU as the Assistant Director in the Office of Student Engagement. Through that position, I am also serving as the advisor for the Student Programming Council, and so they are a strong partner of the series every year, and so I'm part of their representation on that committee.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for your work and thanks for being here. Dena, how are you?
Absolutely. And so I am Dena Haun. I am the Tourism and Special Events Coordinator for the City of Carbondale. And so with my involvement serving in that role, I have the great honor to be on the Sunset Concert Committee. So we have a great group of folks that all get together to do all the planning and coordination for this event. This is my third season being on that committee, and really just love the collaboration between the city, between SIU, the Carbondale Parks District, and then of course all of our sponsors as well that make everything happen behind the scenes. So
yeah, there's so much that goes into it. How long does this committee meet before the concerts start?
Oh, that's a good
great question.
Yeah.
We definitely we start off in the fall a little bit, and then we really hit it hard in the spring, making sure that we're connecting all the dots to make sure we can bring a good series to the community.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, it's always a good time when we get to connect again, just to share updates from our different organizations, and then again just get ready to put that work in so that we can produce these shows. You know, this is the 46th annual Sunset Concert Series, so it's been going on for quite some time now, and just kind of like I mentioned before, just a super great honor to be able to be on that committee and bring this to life for not only SIU students, but the community members as well beyond Carbondale. So
absolutely. Yeah, it's such a community thing. Like, truly, I don't know anyone around who doesn't love to go to the Sunset concerts.
It's definitely a crowd favorite. And what's exciting about that is you can see that attendance really show up. You know, we have some of our regulars that get there super early so that they can get the grill going, or they can go and, set up their whole little area so their friends can come. And it's really just an all ages event. So you see everyone from infants all the way up into their 80s, you know, outside ready to go. We have our, collective of dancers that get to the front and keep that energy super vibrant. And so it's really just an incredible all ages event.
It really is. It's like a mini festival every week.
It is. And I was one of those students when I was in undergrad who stayed here during the summer. So it was always nice to be able to have something to do and also see the other community members outside of just the regular events that they connect with the students at. And so it's a good time for all. It's summer, it's outside. We luckily always have good weather, so that is amazing. And it's really an enjoyable time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially the fact that it kind of rotates from venues. And so we keep it at the heart of campus, at least, every other Thursday. And I think that part right there is something truly special. Because all of us have our experiences from being on campus, but when you get to see campus light up with a stage, get to have that music and the lights, it's something special about your university when you can show up in that way.
Oh yeah, reminds you just how truly cool SIU is.
Especially it's a BYOB event, so folks that like to partake in that can bring their non-glass containers to socialize and have a good time. And so again, seeing the campus lit up in that capacity just gives it a different light.
Yeah. Well, let's give our listeners the rundown of who they will be listening to at the Sunset Concerts this summer. I know everyone's so eager for this lineup.
Yeah, so we kick off with Denise LaGracia, then we have Marcella Simon, and then we've got Natty Nation, we've got
Jose Estrada Band.
Yes,
Awesome.
Jose Estrada Band coming, Sean Holt and the Teardrops, and the Mighty Pines. So quite a great lineup this year. We vary in different genres, from soul to rock to blues to reggae, and then even some bluegrass in there.
Yes, what a fantastic mix.
Yeah, there's always a Zydeco band as well, so we're excited to showcase that. I know that's a Carbondale favorite.
Absolutely.
So always get all those different genres together.
Yes, fantastic. How cool. How cool. What's your favorite part about Sunset Concerts?
My favorite part? Well, I love to eat, so I love all of our local food trucks. That's always a good part. Good music and good times. But honestly, I love being able just to hear some good music, enjoy some good weather, and hang out with friends. It's a little different now that I work them. But it's now my favorite part is being able to see the excitement. You know, we have a lot of international students that are still here over the summer, and so they don't get very many concerts outside of our one big concert that we do for homecoming at SIU. So it's a good experience for them to be able to bring different parts of the U.S. and things to Carbondale, since you know they're here on visas and whatnot. And so it's a great experience to see those new experiences with our students.
Absolutely. And yeah, the Sunset concerts always bring in outside bands, those regional acts or national acts, yeah?
Yeah, that's pretty much the intent here, is to expose people to music that they don't often get to hear here in Southern Illinois from our local establishments and venues. And so what's really cool about that is we work with different talent booking agents across the nation just to pull in that talent. Us being located here in Southern Illinois, we are lucky with where we're positioned because we get a lot of those routing gigs. And so we get to house these musicians when they're on their tours as an easy pass through. And so every time these musicians come to Carbondale, especially for this series, they just always note how they always note just how much the community shows up as a community for it. They definitely can tell that energy again from the dancers, from the way that people are socializing with one another. So it's a really great opportunity to shine a light on our community and to welcome out of town guests to Carbondale.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you know, as we're seeing, Carbondale has always had a rich live music scene and that local music scene, and it just keeps growing. We're seeing, you know, the Sunset concerts just gain more and more traction every year. We're seeing our new downtown entertainment and events plaza go up, and these venues open up on the strip. You know, we just heard about Hangar 9 is going to be open again. Boobies is back. PK's always has those local shows. Cristados has been having some fun pop-up shows. The new gym, Soul Syndicate, has been having pop-up shows. So I'm excited.
That's awesome.
I love that flow of we get to have these big community concerts, and then people can find their next spot they want to go to for even more music.
Yeah, one thing that was really exciting about going through the planning is that I got to, browse our catalog of talent that has been to the Sunset concerts, dating all the way back to 1979. So really putting that in perspective about how many artists we've housed here in Carbondale throughout this time. One thing I'd like to highlight on that roster is back in 1990, we had The Urge here. So that's a band that I know is touring again with 311 in St. Louis right now. And so it's so exciting just to, again, put that timestamp to it. And then also another musician that I believe we had a couple years ago as well. Yeah, we did back in 2013, was Dwayne Dopeyes and the Zydeco Hellraisers. And so they came in the 2000s, came back in 2013. And again, just kind of really looking at that history of who we've had here and then who we've been able to welcome back. So there was a band, also Natty Nation, that we hosted back in 2004, and they're coming back again this year.
That's awesome.
So again, really just exciting. A great way to allow them to compare, their time back in the day, and then get to see what we have coming up with the new entertainment and events plaza. So yeah, just lots of fun history nuggets here in this roster of talent that we've hosted.
Yeah, so many people have come through, and it's cool to get to see those people come back. I know that your guys' mission is to try to keep it fresh and offer new artists, but that's so fun to have this. You said back in 2004 is when Natty Nation was here? 2004.
So we're talking quite some time.
Right?
Yeah. And so that's like one of the most exciting things about this is because you're seeing new talent come through each year. And then even, the talent that we've had, like a little throwback. So getting to welcome them back into the new age Carbondale.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Folks, if you are just tuning in halfway through our show here, I'm talking to Dena Haun and Bethany Peppers. They are both on the Sunset Concert Committee. So we are talking all about the Sunset concerts that kick off this Thursday. Which venue are we at this Thursday?
Oh, we're kicking it off on campus.
Good. I love that. Yeah, I love, because I'm an SIU alum, of course. Go Dogs. And I was in the musical theater program, so I did a lot of choir concerts and different things at Shryock. So I love getting to be on the steps of Shryock and just having this totally different experience than how I experienced as a it as a student day in and day out.
Yeah.
So I think that for the students is so thrilling. Bethany, with this like student component, can you just tell us a little more about what that experience is like, especially for, I think some people think it's summertime, they think SIU is just taking a nap for a few months, right? That no one's there, no one's involved. So can you tell us a little bit more about that university component with it all?
Yeah, for sure. Well, SIU never sleeps.
Yes.
So as the student, engagement person, it is my job to ensure that we always have things going on.
Yeah.
Our students play a really big role in that. We have really active student organizations, and Student Programming Council is just one example of all of those. So, when we take our breaks and when we do those things, summer term is just starting this Monday. And so
Cool.
students are gearing up for classes, but we still want to make sure that they're still able to have those breaks, those release, and still feel like it's summer. So Carbondale has really great weather, and that's a chance that we can really capitalize on that. And so our students love to be outdoors. That's why a lot of them chose our university.
Yeah.
Yes, we're a research one. Yes, we have great academics and programs and all of those things to my academics folks on the other side of the house. But for my side, we like to have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And so enjoying that the uniqueness that Carbondale brings that a lot of our students don't get to experience outside of their school time. And so having that combined with the students also have a hand in planning most of their events that come out of my office. The Student Programming Council is a team of students that dictate and they reach out to their other students and that sort of thing, but they really navigate the things that we host. So they have a buy-in and they love that. They really have an onus over the things that we produce, and then they get to see their ideas come to life. And they also get to provide an experience for their other students that they're like, hey, I chose that person and they really love that. Awesome.
Yeah.
So it's like a full circle moment for a lot of our students that are on the planning side. And they love to be able to provide that experience for their fellow students.
That's so cool. How fun. I absolutely love that. Dena, from the city side, what do you see like sunset concerts? I know I keep saying like, oh, our residents love them, but what's kind of that bigger picture of sunset concerts for Carbondale?
Yeah, I mean, this is huge. So in Carbondale, we offer free music 6 months out of the year. So we kick off in May with our Brown Bag concert series, which happen every Wednesday from 12 to 1 with Carbondale Main Street downtown at the Town Square Pavilion. And so that really kicks it off. Then we move into sunset concerts, which are the Thursday night from 7 to 9 p.m. concerts that rotate between the city and SIU. And then we roll into the Off the Rails concert series. So you're talking about, half of the year providing this entertainment. And so from a tourism perspective, we really can allow people to come in and have that steady programming already available for them. And so for this past year, I know we've worked on a lot of marketing efforts to one of our top cities of people that come to Carbondale is from St. Louis. And so we partnered up with St. Louis Magazine to really tell that story so that people can start to understand like, hey, Carbondale has these program offerings that are consistent, that are all family friendly, and of course they're free.
Yeah.
So that to me is just such a huge nugget to really shine a light on and to really tell our story, because we want to welcome outsiders to our community so that they can also enjoy. What's super fun about us having the eclipse 2 times in Carbondale was that we got to see a lot of external guests come through our town. And the one thing that most people noted about their experience was, when can I move here?
Yeah.
Our housing market, super, super competitive. Houses are going up and they're selling right away. And so we're seeing that trend of people starting to visualize themselves, not only coming here from a tourist perspective, but potentially as a resident. So we're seeing that long lasting impact, again, stemming from our free programming. So that is something that is super attractive for people as they're looking to get out and have a vacation that's maybe low key, that they can, again, cater to the needs of their families, but then also still go get some of that outdoor experience, get some of that live music, and then of course our restaurants and establishments. From a tourism perspective, it's great. It's such an easy marketing component, because what other town do you know offers that many programs for free that are accessible for people so that they can, eliminate maybe that burden of what the ticket cost may be for a concert.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, it's just so fun. Yeah, if you want to see a fun visual representation, the city put out a tourism video It's called The Path Starts Here. So it's on our YouTube. If you visit City of Carbondale Government, it's also on our tourism and city Facebook page. But kind of shows you that visual of how you can start your day out at Cedar Lake, be kayaking, run into town, grab a sandwich on the strip, freshen up, and then go find yourself at an outdoor concert and just have. I mean, that sounds like a perfect day to me. That's all I want to do.
Well, and like Bethany mentioned too, a lot of our students are coming to SIU because of the outdoors and the accessibility. So when we're able to weave that together and tell that story, I mean, goodness, it is such a good time. I know back when I decided to come to SIU as well, I'm a 2-time alum, go Dogs, always, was back in 2009. And so when I came to Southern Illinois, I got here a little bit earlier. I had some family in town that live out here. And so, you know, some of the musicians that performed that year, it's so funny looking back on it now, seeing these names in front of me, because that was the Vince Herman Band. Vince Herman was here back in 2009. Mississippi Heat, another stunning performer. And then Green Sky Bluegrass. So you're talking about artists that, like, you know, speed up, like, what, 10 years later, I'm going around touring to listen to these musicians. Well, they started here at our Sunset concert right when I did. And so really putting that in perspective about the type of talent that we're getting here, and then just what the time can do with it all.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's so cool to, you know, you can really find your band, that music that really speaks with you and resonates you, and then makes you a lifelong fan. I love it. Can we remind people who we've got playing this Thursday? So this Thursday, June 12th, out on the Shryock Auditorium steps, you get to hear.
We got Denise LaGracia. So she is such a great musician, full-time blues music career, lots and lots of experience from Chicago. She was with the Second City, which is a comedy and improv show.
Cool.
And so, yeah, we're just really excited to see her come. We're really excited to allow her to tell her story to the Carbondale community and beyond.
Oh, nice. So not only will her music be awesome, but I'm sure her stage banter will be hilarious too.
Yeah, she has a great stage presence, so we're really looking forward to that, and her, you know, having that duality of a performer. It's just going to be a good time and a great start off to the series this year.
Absolutely. I'm so pumped. Yeah, most of these artists are new to me. I got to see Marcella Simeon play at the Paducah Lowertown Arts Fest last year, and she is phenomenal. Her band's incredible. There wasn't anyone not dancing in front of that stage, so that's going to be awesome. Very cool. Y'all, we got about you know, a little under about 5 minutes or so left. So I want to make sure we cover all the grounds that you want to make sure we share about the Sunset concerts.
I mean, I just want to, you know, hit home about the collaborative efforts that really take to put on these productions. So I'd like to, you know, do a little sponsor shout out as well, just to give that recognition, because none of this would be possible without that community input. And so, big shout out to SPC, the Student Program Council, the City of Carbondale, Carbondale Park District, the Black Alumni Group, Legal Smile, Walker's Bluff Casino and Resort, Plaza Records, PKs, Chris Offenberg, Buick GMC of Carbondale, Banterra Bank, and Clear Wave Fiber. So thank you so much. None of this would be possible without your contributions and support to bring live music here in the heart of our town.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, truly, thank you. And thank you to everyone who comes out to these. Like, that is really what makes it what it is all that collective energy of our community, of our tourists, of our students, all coming together on these nights.
Yeah, so the concerts do kick off at 7 p.m. Feel free to come out a little bit before, grab yourself a bite to eat with our food trucks that we will feature throughout the series.
Nice.
We just ask that you please refrain from using glass bottles, no underage drinking, no solicitation, no smoking, and if you do have a furry friend with you, please make sure that they are on a leash.
Yeah, nice. What are some other highlights to look forward to throughout this series? Any food trucks that we can shout out to people?
Oh, we have lots of good food trucks. A couple of new ones. Get Dipped is a new food truck, so we're excited to have that. I don't think we've had them before.
Yeah.
We have the American Ice Cream Truck. We've got Hot Wheels. We've got snowballs, honeybee snowballs. Oh, so many.
I know, I'm trying to think the rest of the list. I feel like right now is just food truck, Penzi, everyone's got the food trucks, and I'm
Yes.
so excited, bringing my appetite with me.
Yes, I love it. Yeah, and a reminder, it's BYOB, so you can bring your own beverages, and you can bring your own snacks. You can make this event what you want. Like Dena was saying, you see some people get there ahead of time and set up their whole living room and kitchen, basically, on the lawn.
Yes.
Oh, how could I forget Dave's Bagels?
Of course,
Of
classic.
course.
Yes,
Classic.
always gotta have the
Yes,
bagels.
always have bagels.
Yeah.
But yes, we have a good lineup of food trucks. One of my personal favorites is all of the food, snacking on a little bit from every truck.
Yeah.
Oh,
You can't
yeah.
just choose one.
Oh, no,
No.
absolutely.
I'm
That's
a
the
big
beauty of
fan of
food
a
truck.
second dinner anytime, so
Yeah.
don't
Oh,
tempt
yeah.
me with a good
I'll get one at
time.
the beginning when everyone's setting up,
Yeah.
and then, halfway through, and at the end. Spread them out,
Yeah, and I do want to highlight too the production on this. We work with
Absolutely.
618 Pro. They are incredible, and so
Amazing partners.
exactly one of the things I love about the music that we bring through Carbondale is just how well treated the musicians are.
Mhm.
So every concert that I've held here, they come back with raving reviews about production, just about how much professionalism has been embedded in this, and so how welcoming it is to be a traveling musician to come to Carbondale. Hospitality, we have a great hospitality program at SAU, and I want to shout that out because a lot of this would not be possible without those roots that we're learning here from the university, the skills that these students are transferring into the workplace. Just a great, well-rounded time here, especially in the hospitality component.
I love it. How awesome, y'all. Oh, well, I just can't wait. I know, I remember going to Sunset concerts back when I was in high school, right? And I would do the McLeod Summer Playhouse shows for the high school students. So we would get out of rehearsal and we'd all change into different cute clothes.
Happy
We'd be
pack.
picked. Oh yeah. It was a chance to show off, your summer threads, and it just felt like the coolest thing in the world. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm at a concert in Carbondale, because I was a Heron girly, so I loved when I could get over to Carbondale for the cool shows.
I love that so much. Oh, how fun.
Yeah, so just a reminder, this is fully family friendly, all those ages, and maybe a chance to let your high schoolers, fly a little bit, send them out on their own to experience that concert.
We also love to see just, what people show up with. We've got some hula hoopers that come on out, some jugglers, some folks with some poi. And so, again, just really letting the entertainment go beyond just the talent, but into the audience as well. Everyone showing off their dance moves. We really love that high energy. And then when we're at Turley Park, we have a beautiful playground as well. So just that great time to bring your kiddos out, let them burn off that energy, and to listen to some good tunes while you're at it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just such a good time. Well, goodness, thank you two so very much for coming on today.
Thanks
so
for having
appreciate
us.
it. Yes, it's going to be so fun. So, reminder everybody, this Thursday, it is officially summer because the Sunset concerts begin at Shryock Auditorium, 7 p.m. The band, once more, we've got, look, it's a Monday morning.
Denise, right?
Denise Lagasse.
Denise,
Yes,
thank
Denise.
you. Yes. And sounds like she is just, rocking, hilarious. Cannot wait to see this. All right, fantastic. Well, lots of good music this week. Sunset concert, Woodbox Gang at the Varsity. So many amazing things going on.
Yeah, and if you're out and about, at Addicts Park for that grand opening on Thursday, come say hi.
Yeah.
I'd love to see you out there. We've got Green Earth and then roll right into Sunset. So really a jam-packed afternoon.
Yeah,
Great opportunities to engage with the local community and celebrate. So
absolutely.
yeah, I can't wait to see you all out there.
Good deal. Well, thank you to you so much, and thanks for listening, everybody. Have a good one.